I've got the perfect recipe for ground tofu. Actually, this is the perfect recipe for tofu in general. I've been making it like every week. It is so full of flavor. It's meaty and you can use it anywhere you would use ground meat or even a vegan ground meat. Because it's tofu, it's a lot more wholesome, it's less expensive, and you can control all the ingredients yourself. All you need for this ground tofu is an air fryer or an oven. You don't have to have an air fryer though. I do think it's better. But I'm gonna show you how to make this ground tofu and to serve it with a chili. Like I said though, you can use it anywhere you would use ground meat. So in pasta, in tacos, I can't even think of other ways. I'm focused on the chili, so let's get started with that. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. So first off, we're gonna start with the chili. So easy. Most people know how to make chili already, but not my chili. My chili is extra delicious. So onions, garlic, red bell pepper, jalapeno pepper. I'm just gonna dice everything up. I like to do all my prep work ahead of time before I even turn on my stove. That way, everything can go in the stove at once or when it's, when it's needed, and I don't have to rush trying to get anything ready. Now we have our aromatics all chopped up, the onion, the peppers, the garlic. I'm going to saute this in some oil. I'm also going to add the cumin and the chili powder. Once this is nice and translucent, I'm going to add that in to toast it for just a couple of seconds before we add our tomatoes and our beans. And while I'm on the beans, I'm gonna be using an assortment of beans. I think the best chili has at least 3 different types of beans. I can't do just one. So today we're doing red beans, so kidney beans, some cannellini beans, and chickpeas. I chose these 3 because they all have a different texture and a different size. The chickpeas are round, obviously, and they have a more firmer texture. And the cannellinis and the red beans have a thicker skin. Cannellini has a thinner skin. They're both soft on the inside, but they also have different sizes. And I just feel like when I'm eating my food, and especially my chili, that variation is very important. Otherwise, it's kind of boring. So the beans, and let's go saute these vegetables. So guys, what we're gonna do now is gonna add some chili powder and also cumin straight into the onions. Like I said, I'm gonna let it toast for just a couple of seconds. Not enough to burn, but the toasting will help bring out more of the flavor from the spices. And then we'll add our beans and our tomatoes to the pot. So good. It does smell amazing. Now I'm gonna add the tomatoes. That was a funny sound. I'm gonna be using this mushroom broth. I actually have the recipe and a video for it already. So if you've already tried it, leave a comment down below because this stuff is delicious and it's super healthy. To make it, I actually use the scraps from the mushrooms. So just the tough bottoms that come on your mushrooms, you boil it and you have a mushroom broth. But it smells amazing and it tastes really good. So I'm gonna use it for our chili today. I'm still gonna add some bouillon paste to it as well because this is not salted, but it's gonna add so much more flavor and richness and goodness to our chili. So I'm gonna add that too. I like my chili kind of dry. Tomato paste is kind of optional for chili, but when you're making my chili, it's a requirement because the tomato paste adds more umami. And if you're not familiar with umami, umami is that it's the name of like the savory flavor taste. So tomato paste is full of umami, and so are mushrooms, and so are some of the other ingredients we're going to be using for the tofu when we get to that. So the tomato paste, I'm going to do about a tablespoon of tomato paste to the chili. Let that all cook together, and while that's cooking, we can actually make our tofu, which is the best part. It's the hero of this recipe. Okay, so we are now going to make the star of this recipe, the tofu. So for this, I'm using oh Lord, I already opened a package, but this is just a firm tofu, okay? Okay, firm tofu. The best thing about this is I'm gonna be making it in the air fryer, which means that I don't have to press the liquid out of the tofu because the liquid's just going to be dried, sucked out with the air fryer anyway. So here's what I do. Take your block of tofu. This one's a little softer than the one I usually use, but I think we'll be okay. So break it up into pieces. If you're gonna do this in the oven, you still might wanna press the water out. Actually, you should. So to do that, just wrap it in a clean kitchen towel, put it on a plate and put something heavy on top of it, and it will, you know, drain the liquid out. But air fryer, I've never pressed it and I've only had good results. We're just gonna crumble it into little small pieces that are, you know, reminiscent of ground meat or ground vegan meat. And then we're going to season it so much, so much, so that when it's air fried, all that flavor is going to be concentrated and it's gonna be delicious. Now what we're gonna do is add some oil. This is just olive oil. I know with air fryers, you're not supposed to have to use oil, but I promise you it's gonna be way more delicious if you do. However, if you are avoiding oil for health reasons, I totally get it. You can skip it for this recipe. I will not be mad at you, and it's still gonna be great. Now, nutritional yeast. This is so important, and we're gonna put a whole lot of it on there. I do about 3 tablespoons on a block of tofu. Garlic powder, I put a whole lot of that on here too. The recipe for this chili and the ground tofu is on my blog, and I'm gonna link it down below. So you don't have to take notes, just click on the link. Garlic powder, smoked paprika, a must. I love smoked paprika so much, I buy it in bulk because I use it a lot. We want a lot of that on there. And then the last thing we're gonna add is soy sauce. This is tamari soy sauce. We want this tofu to be very salty because we're gonna blend it with the chili, or if you're gonna use it for tacos, whatever you're gonna use it for, you want it to have a lot of flavor and it's gonna be really salty. It doesn't have to, but trust me, if you want it to be delicious, soy sauce, a lot of it. So really a lot means like a tablespoon or so. Actually, it means the whole bottle if you're me, because I'm out now. All right, so now that that's in there, I'm just gonna stir it all together. And if you see that you still have some chunkier pieces, you can use your spoon to break them apart as well. But you gotta make sure that everything is well coated because that means that every bite will have plenty of flavor. So there's our tofu. I'm gonna transfer this now to my air fryer. I'm gonna pour it directly into the base of the air fryer and then spread it out evenly. All right, so I'm gonna put my air fryer at 400 degrees for 15, actually no, let me do about 9 minutes, and then I'm gonna stir it halfway through. Oh my gosh. See, this is what I'm talking about. Look at that. Oof. That meaty, like the little pieces, the big pieces. Oh my God, yes. Let me give it a taste. You'll have to make this. Personally, I think it's worth buying an air fryer for, but of course you can still do it in the oven and it'll still be delicious. But the air fryer makes it so perfect and so easy. Our chili's finished behind me. I'm gonna turn it off and then I'm gonna add the ground tofu to the chili. I'm gonna stir some in and then I'm also gonna reserve some just to sprinkle on the top because it looks really pretty like that. And then we can eat it.
Okay.
Oh, see all this at the bottom? We're not throwing that away. We keeping all of that. That's going also in the chili. That's even more seasoned, even more flavor. Like half of this, stir it in. Also, everything that's stuck must be unstuck because it must go in the chili. Yeah, okay, great. Good for that. Stir that in. And then just a little garnishy on top. Look at that. Oh, it looks so good. Looks so good. I like my chili less wet. I like it chunky, like a stew. Okay, so let's just plate it so that we can eat, y'all. I'm telling you, y'all have to make this. You really have to make this. And please, when you make it, leave a review. I'm sure you're gonna give 5 stars because this is a 5-star dish. Leave a review and a comment. That's really helpful because when Google sees all those reviews and all those comments and all those visits and shares, then they will recommend it with more people and more people can have their life changed from chili. I'm telling you, this is a life-changing chili. Oh, it's so good. I'm so hungry. Let me try it just to confirm. So good. So good. Not very spicy. So when I finish filming, I just do a little bit of hot sauce on here. And the meaty tofu. Just try it. Try it. Leave a comment after you've tried it on my blog, and we can talk more about how wonderful this dish is. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button on this video, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I release new delicious vegan recipes every single week, and you don't want to miss anything. And you know what? Subscribe and turn on notifications. That's really helpful. You don't miss a single thing. If you need more recipes from me, I have a blog, sweetpotatosoul.com. You can also find me on Instagram. And y'all, your girl, I got a TikTok now. I got a TikTok, so make sure you follow me over there. My handle is actually my name, Janae Claiborne, or you can search Sweet Potato Soul. You'll find me either way. And if you don't already have my cookbook, make sure you purchase this cookbook. It is the best vegan cookbook ever. I'll leave a link for that down below. And I'll see you guys next week with more delicious vegan recipes. Bye!